So the Steam Machine, right? Let's talk about it. Um, Steam Machine has obviously been causing a lot of noise in the gaming community recently. A lot of people excited for it. Some people not so excited for it, not so enthusiastic. I decided to give my 2 cents, just kind of weigh in on my personal opinion, what it is, and what it means for the gaming community. But before I get into how it impacts that, I guess the big question is, what is the Steam Machine, right? Like, what is this little cubicle? It's spherical. What is this little cubicle machine, and what can it do, right? So, Steam Machine is essentially Valve's answer to the console situation currently going on in the gaming atmosphere. They kind of tested the waters a little bit with the Steam Deck. If you were paying attention, if you had your antennas on, you could kind of understand how that was a stepping stone leading to the Steam Machine. They were testing the waters a little bit, seeing how people reacted to that before they actually committed to making the console. And it's interesting too because you can kind of tell that the Steam Machine is something that they've always wanted to kind of capitalize on, but the conditions were never right. Now, though, currently with both Microsoft and Sony, laying off multiple employees, raising the game prices of their game passes, raising the prices of their consoles, this is the perfect storm for Valve. These are the perfect conditions for them to kind of go ahead and say, let's lead with this product we've been wanting to release. We've never had a reason to justify it until now. And you can kind of see why they would. If someone's going to look at a PS5 or a PS6 and say it's almost $1,000, here comes the Steam Machine. If I want to pay $600-700 for a PS5, Steam Machine sitting right here, you might as well close the gap, get you a PC, and call it a done deal. Especially with the added benefits of no monthly fees for online memberships, so on and so forth. Before, that gap was a little hard to justify, a little hard to close it, but now there's going to be a lot more people taking a serious look at the pros and cons and weighing their options, deciding to get it. Which brings me to, is it worth it? There's already been a lot of people, a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of tech reviews on the Steam Machine as far as the parts they're using and the performance. In my personal opinion, after looking it over and looking at other sources, it really does kind of seem like they are charging you per part. They're charging you what the parts would be for you to have got the parts, put it together, and say, here you go. It doesn't seem to me they're really trying to price gouge, or they're really charging you, a astronomical fee for being able to play the Steam Machine. It seems like it's like, hey, these are the prices we pay for the parts. We put it together. And this is what it comes to. Now, I will say, being fully transparent, there are also videos out there talking about that you could get cheaper parts or better parts and make an entry level PC that will perform just as well or better than the Steam Machine for about the same price, which is true. The caveat with that, though, and I don't see a lot of people talking about this, is you would have to have prior knowledge on how to build a PC, right? Being able to get the parts doesn't do you any good if you don't know how to put them together, which again is kind of where the Steam Machine capitalizes on it. They have already assembled it for you, they deliver it to your door, you open it up, plug it in, you push a button, you're enjoying your vast library of Steam games and what have you. You don't have the hassle of having to put it together yourself, which brings me ultimately to my review on if the Steam Machine is worth it. I think the Steam Machine is really directed towards people who've always wanted to make that transition from console to PC gaming, but has never really had a reason to justify it. This is their moment. This is their time in history to where they can abandon ship and move over to PC gaming and not feel as huge of a hit or guilt or whatever have you for doing it. They have very justified reasons for making that transition. I will say, if you already have experience putting PCs together or you're confident in it, you could probably make a better entry level PC, better performance, cheaper price than the Steam Machine. Um, that much is, I would say, that much is true, but I don't think that Valve is being, completely unrealistic, coming in at a little over $1,000 for what they're charging you, and what it can do. I do feel like it should come with a controller, but I'm spoiled. I grew up in an era where every console came with at least one controller, so maybe that's just an outdated perspective of mine. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, ultimately, I think this is going to be the answer for a certain group of people, and they're going to be pretty happy with it. And to those people, I say, hey, well, welcome to the PC gaming.